Well, I believe time.
Cool, this guy was in the military. Hey, he's actually pretty cool. Dude, you're cool.
Oh, thank
no.
you. Who you talking to? You spying on me? Come here. I'm a fancy boy, and I'm coming for you, Mr. Tickles. History, something that existed before you existed, somehow has power to hurt you. And that's a bad trait to teach people. People need to learn that sticks and stones may break my bones, but Twitter can never fucking hurt me. We got 1 minute left, folks. We can do this. Cover Reagan. We can do this. Oh, there's the chest. Okay, that'll buy me some time. Nice, Captain Colgate's down. Boom, he's dead too, baby. Oh, good. Anonymous, thank you. Okay, hey, listen, Mike. Hey, whoa, hey, Mia, Maya, Moa, Mua. Fuck off forever, huh?
Cool, this guy was in the military.
That's what I thought I did. I had 2 of the same intro video scheduled. Shit. Oh well, doesn't matter. We are here. We are queer. Get used to it. I mean, I'm not, but I'm sure some of you are. And get used to it, damn it. No one gives a shit. Well, tons of people care so much on all sides of everything. It's amazing. Everybody cares about being pissed. And then outside of being pissed, nobody cares at all. It's weird, man. It's fucking so weird. The lack of shits that anybody has for anybody is at the lowest it's ever been. And I don't know. That's for some people, right? That's some people's reality. Other people are living the best life they've ever lived. 2022 was the best thing that ever could have happened to them. It really goes to show that the world is truly just the individual perspectives of the masses. There's no real one true. Things are good, things are bad. It's all so subjective, man. It depends where you are, who you're with, who you are, and what you do. You know? If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be a lot happier. But I don't want to be. But the reason why I do this is because I see the potential that this has. So as much as it may seem like I'm being all doom and gloom about it, it's like, well, I've already been happier, but I hit a ceiling. I peaked. And I found that to grow and do more, you really have to kind of like get uncomfortable again. You have to be upset again to appreciate the newfound happiness that you're most likely going to run into. And that's the shit of it, man. Like, I don't want to live a less than amazing life. Every time I think about going back to work, I'm just like, man, what a step backwards, you know? Well, like a huge fucking failure to have to go backwards. And that's me, though. That doesn't mean that going back to work's not the answer. You know, we've talked about putting my resume on headhunters websites, and I think we got them on one. Then ultimately, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to pop up, because you could just work for a year, make some good money, reset your brain, start living a better life, and then before you know it, you quit that shit job and you're back on the path of, you know, being happy again. So you really don't know what to expect in this fucking life, man, because it really can be a flip of a coin for a lot of stuff, and it's a lot easier to live your life on a rail. It's a lot easier to just know what's coming, know when you're supposed to wake up, know when you're getting paid, know what you're gonna buy when you get paid, and like just live in a world of knowns. As much as it could give you peace of mind, once you've lived a world of unknowns, I don't know how you can go back, man. That's my thing. It's just like, how do you go back? Once you know what the world is and can be for the good and the bad, like, you can't just go back into that fucking mindset of ignorance. You can't. It's not how that shit goes, man. You don't like you don't go skydiving and then all of a sudden like never think about the time you went skydiving. It's just your life has forever been changed, and that's why it's such a struggle to find the next fucking chapter, right? That's why it's so hard, because the idea of going back is very difficult for most human beings, especially people who don't really want to be normal. They've always looked outside. They've always looked up, you know, and it's weird. It's a lot harder to look up when your neck is down. You know, you get that like Wolverine adventurer kind of look going on. But it would just be exactly, Exter. It would be awesome, but so boring. Like so say your medical shit goes away. It'd be the most amazing thing in the world. It would be, and we're going to work for it until it happens. But ultimately, when that happens, you will have to redefine your life. You're going to have to redefine like who you are. You're no longer Exner, the person with medical problems who is doing okay in spite of it. You know, you're going to be Exner, the person without medical problems. And what does that mean, right? Like, and it's still, I don't know. The outcome of the discomfort for me, I feel, is always worth it, because you're uncomfortable because you're doing something that is out of the ordinary. You know, Lindsay and I talked about it yesterday. How's that music? I never know. It doesn't matter. I need a personality. You'll get there, Extra. You'll get there. See, I don't think you guys can hear that music now based off of... Because, like, if we unmuted this, I bet you we got to turn it up to, like, 50 to hear. But I bet you Extra's like, no, I hear it good. See, what'd I tell you? So I don't know. I don't know what to fucking do anymore, man. Because, like, I ultimately, and I'm not saying I'm gonna stop, but I can say I'm struggling to keep going. Like, what do I go from streaming? You know, like, since streaming is just not working out in any way, like, what do I go back to work? What do I go back to a job? And I just can't imagine a world where that's what I do. But there's also a world where I need to eat and provide. You're perfect, Exner. But like, there's a next chapter. I just have no fucking clue what book it's written in, man. I really don't. Far from it. Which part, Exner? Exner, you're amazing, by the way. We've been meaning to do something for a long time. We still haven't. There's a reason why I put so much energy into a person's actions being what they believe and who they are. Because I believe that to do an action takes the most effort. It's easy to think. It's easy to not do things. It's easy to, you know, stop. Like, it's easy to not do something. But it takes a lot of mental fortitude and kind of want and desire, drive, whatever whatever the particular word is that applies. And, no, it's not sacrifice. Oh, I kind of lost my point. Butt liquor. Lost my point. But I don't want to bitch all day today. I don't want my stream to just be the Markus counseling show. You know, like, I truly want to bring I love bringing joy. I love bringing happiness. Like this weekend, I was out of town. That's why I didn't stream yesterday. And we went on an awesome trip with my bestest broob. She was in my wedding. I was in the military with her. She's one of my dearest and closest friends. And we only see each other every couple years. It's wild. Excuse me. But we saw her this weekend. She flew into town, and it was so freaking cool, man. Like, it was so nice to see her. But there's a dread the whole weekend. I couldn't ever spark the little fire of happiness in everybody, and it's such a bummer, man. I'm such a shell of who I was. before. But anyway, see, I always go to the negative with it because it's negative. What am I supposed to lie? Supposed to lie to you? I can't fucking lie, man. I cannot lie. And that's why I need to change my mindset. Because if I change my mindset to happiness, I will speak to the happiness, and then I will not be negative all the time, and I won't be lying. You know, so it was great. I loved seeing her. But ultimately we walked away not very happy. Lindsay and I had it was, you know, it wasn't good. People can lie and say there were good parts, but overall I feel, we're not better because of it. And that sucks to say, you know, but I'm struggling saying what I'm supposed to right now. But the good parts of the trip were quite good. You know, she's truly one of the closest people. And she's wonderful. She's loving and she's happy and she smiles and she's intelligent. And she's an inspirational person to be around. And she's doing super well. So we got to catch up on her life. We got to catch up on her, well, I guess I already said her life and her family. And ultimately, we kind of just spent a lot of time talking about what's been going on and what the last shit show of a couple years has been. Hey, I had to give you guys the muted, at least once, right? All right, we're back. We're beautiful. We're bold. We're bald. We're better than ever. All right. So ultimately, we all have our bad days, yeah. And sometimes you got to step aside to realign your chakras, as they say. Get your everything's gonna be okay jutsu going, because I can tell you right now, losing hope and losing belief that things are gonna be okay is the fastest trip. It's the expressway straight to Depression Highway, or straight to Depression. It's the expressway to Depressionville. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. So ultimately, you can't let those demons win, man, because they will tell you the bad stuff every single fucking day of the week. You know, and you can't let the false reality that your emotions try to give you dictate your life and your behavior. If you find yourself going down that path, that's just a shitty place. You got to do something. Slap yourself across the face, go take a piss, go outside and scream. I don't care what you got to do, man, but you got to break that cycle, because anybody who's lived it, anybody who fucking knows what depression is, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man, because once you get there, it is that much fucking harder to leave. Okay, it's like fucking North Korea. Once you get in, you ain't getting out. And honestly, it's kind of like China right now. There's people, it's crazy, man. The shit that is coming out of, it's a shame. You'd never see it, not on a single mainstream news site. But there is evil happening right now in the world, y'all. And it's a shame how, like, we went to war over less. I guess that's kind of my point. It's I don't want to really go down it, but like there's literally civil war happening right now in China because of COVID restrictions, and there's a wild power shift happening right now, and it's interesting. You know, ultimately it will and won't affect me all at the same time, man. And that's where, like, I don't necessarily want to spread the fear, it's not propaganda, it's truth, but spread kind of the negative things that are going on in the world, knowing that, well, ultimately, if you're powerless against it, shouldn't we spend our energy trying to at least live a good life in spite of all the bad shit that's going on? Because that's one of the hardest things about modern times, right? Is like, I know what's going on in Iran, and like up to the second updates, right? A country that is an ocean separated, I know about, and I know what's going on. And it's just like, we have to stress about things that we are absolutely, totally, and completely powerless to do anything at all about. And that will make you fucking crazy. Sonny, you're a beautiful soul. Hello. Sorry, I missed when you came in. I'm scrolling back up. But it's true though, right? Like, ultimately, we have so much space in our brain matter that we could give a shit about. And if we spend all that mental power thinking and worrying and being scared about things that we have absolutely no control over, the Iran, like what's going on in China, like I empathize and I do feel and I want the world to be a better place. But if I can't, not necessarily because I don't like that defeatist attitude, but what should I be doing with my energy when it's at a lower than normal pace, right? When it's not where I want it to be, right? It's way better than can't. See the difference there? I'm not writing my future by saying I can't. I'm simply addressing the reality of what's happening right now, which is my energy is lower than typical, so worrying about international things and big stuff is harder, right? So ultimately when I'm there, okay, so you apply your energy where you're supposed to. Okay, well, how the fuck do you do that? How do you do that? Do you make lists? Do you set goals? You know, do you uninstall certain apps that spend too much of your time? You know, do you uninstall the YouTube, stop watching the news? But if you stop doing something, I really think you should replace that with something good. You know, if you spend a lot of time watching the news and you just stop, what are you gonna do? Sit there with a thumb up your ass and just be crazy, not knowing what's going on because you know enough to know something's going on? No, you have to cut that shit out and then replace it with something else, man. And I tell you, Sonny, seeing the world through others' perspective is very hard, but key to genuine empathy. It is, man. Very true. You capture that. You hate the question, how are you? I do, man. It's such a true, because I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to, like, if you ask me how I am, I want to tell you I'm shit. So shit, and here's why, and like, but it's okay. But a lot of times that kind of melts people's faces, man, and they're just not ready for it. You hate to lie. Know your audience. Yeah. And it's also knowing that understanding how much of a good gesture they're trying to give by saying, how are you? Because in their world, like, their answer is positive, and most people's answers are positive. And in a way, like, we don't want to shatter positivity with negativity, because we don't want to replace it, man. It's not the way of the world. It's not the way to go. But what we do want to make sure we do is, when asked how we are, that we can genuinely give a good answer and not have it be a lie. Because just because other parts of the world and our individual world are not great, there are parts that are. And in a place where we want to make sure that we are giving as much good as possible while still dealing with the demons, like, the better person knows the time and place. And it's hard to be that person when you've fallen so deep that, I mean, you feel like everything good you say is a lie. And it's the willpower of knowing, like, it's not a lie. This actually is a victory. It's just because you don't feel it because your emotions are at a bad place at the moment. Like, you gotta, that the brain is the only thing that's gotten me through, man. It's true. Sonny Exner, Hearts, I love you guys. You make me feel so special. Choo choo. InfoWars covers all the real stuff up. It sucks, man. It's just, I don't know if you mean the show or just the act of information warfare. Either way, though, I hate how monetized and polarized our information sources have become. You know, like, that's the part that it's so stupid that it happened the way that it did. Like, we shouldn't have polar opposites of information. We should just have sources of information with normal human biases attached to them, not hypercharged billion-dollar funded biases, like $1 million, trust me, funded by it. It's so because we have so many fountains of emotionally charged information, it makes all the information we get emotionally charged. So it's so hard to just think and have, like, a normal thought. Twisted! What's up, Twisted? Thank you for coming back. Welcome back. You know, and it's tough when you don't want to be a zealot, or you don't want to be like an extreme viewing individual, but you still want to be educated. Because it's like, I don't want your opinion, man. I just want to know what happened so that I can disseminate information. I want to know what's going on without being told who to hate. Is that too much to fucking ask for when it comes to news? Like, you don't need to pick a side if you're just telling me what happened. Why? It's the team mindset, man. The tribalism mindset. It's wild, man. It's wild. Okay. I would, Twist. So, you know, eventually I'll get famous enough. Maybe what do they sell their farts in a jars? I could sell my beard trimmings in a tortilla. Well, I guess that would imply eating. I don't want anybody to eat it, but I just didn't want to put a jar. You know, I had to pick something different. So if, like, I put my beard hair in a shadow box, right? And then I'll do a beard silhouette of my face, or a silhouette of my face out of beard hair, right? And then I sell the beard box by Markus, you know? It's $10,000 a pop. You know, there'd be some eccentric fucking weirdos who'd be like, I want it. If I made it cool, if I made it look right, if I quit, Scarlett, if I made it okay, you know, if I sold it right. I mean, Elon Musk, he sold a bunch of cologne called, oh, my DNA. That's a good point, Lindsay. So we'll use goat hair. It'll be imitation Markus hair. But Elon Musk, he made a couple $100 million selling cologne that smelled like burnt hair. Before that, he wanted to fund a project, so he made 500 not flamethrowers, because they weren't. They were ditch burners, but 500 not flamethrowers. And he used that money to fund another project he was doing. So how come I can't do the Markus, beard shadow box and call it good? I don't feel like that's too out of the scope of scoposity, you know? Resin is really big right now. They'd make it virtually unusable. What do you make? What? My beard hair virtually unusable? I mean, I don't think you know how powerful my beard hair is. I mean, did you guys see that? Was it Superman 3 maybe? Where so they had a piece of Superman's hair in a museum and it was holding up like a huge thing of weight. Like they were showing how strong Superman's hair was. And then Lex Luthor, ironically enough, all he needed was bolt cutters to cut the hair. And then he cloned Superman based off of that hair. So I guess in a world where I got to watch out for supervillains cloning Marcus, there could be only one. I would absolutely go on a murderous rampage. If I found out there were clones of me, I would spare no expense wiping them out. There's no world. And then I would save all the organs because you never know. And I would keep one alive and I would raise it as my child because you never know. You know, you need at least one good clone of you. We could go Jurassic Park and embed it in some amber. Now we're thinking. Now that looks even cooler. So have you ever seen those holograms, you know, that go off of, they're like in crystals, but as you turn them, that's what we should do. But with beard hair. Call the scientists. 1-800-SCIENTISTS. So I'm thinking and hoping and scrunching my nosing. Two trains of thought here. I want to play a video game because honestly, I don't think, well, talking's going fine now. I had my little bit in the beginning and now I'm doing a lot better. But ultimately, I do want to play some video games. But I'm not doing it yet. I'm just thinking forward for long, you know. Either story or one of the shooters, right? So kind of share your opinions as you have them. But ultimately, no. That's where my head's at, right? And I have a couple story games we could pick from. That seemed pretty good. So, and then also obviously we got Battlefield, Call of Duty, Prox Chat, which super fun. Or Apex. Them's the gist. Them's the gist. Oh, Wordle, Marcus? Sure. My stuff got discombobulated. Hey man, I appreciate each and every one of you. There's a lot of places you could be on this Thursday morning, and you chose to be with the Marcus, and also Thursday evening for you overseas awesome people. So it's interesting. Offline, I struggle to find my reasons to stream. Online, I never do. And that really goes to show me that it's you people. Yeah, you people who really give me all the reasons I need to do it. So I don't know what that means yet. But from my crease to yours, man, I appreciate y'all. I really do. All right, let there be. Stand true and tall for me. The penis never lets us down. Don't you choke on that penis. Hey, let's try to get it on the second try. As much as I want to do our jokes, that would actually give us a lot of information. Doing it for science. Okay. All right. Now, it's this or nothing. We have to get it on this one. Twisted's got a good one. No D, though. That was a good one, though. That was a super good one. So, okay, I-E. So, we know the E is there. We know there is an E there. think it's a diff. That was a good one though, Twisted. Don't you get it wrong, dog. See, like, can you guys hear the music right now, or am I just bobbing my head to nothing? So, Exner's like, for the love of God, Marcus! Okay, and that's ultimately what I want, right? So if the E is there, oh, Exner. I like the idea of a B being in there. What that means for us, I have no idea, though. B-I. What are the chances? No D, right? No D. What we do got is... Okay, never mind. Okay, hold on. So we got... F-I... Finet, Finet, Vinet, Villet. No N there. No N there. No N there. Oh, Finer's good though. Finer if the N wasn't there. But don't drain. And no A. The fuck? Are you kidding? Quordle froze. Or Wordle froze. What the shit? Well, why does this work? Oh, I'm calling corporate. Son of a bitch. Nice. All right, we're good. I was a little worried, man. Wait, what? Okay, no, we're good. Okay. Weird. That's a first. That's a first. Woo! We back! We back! I'm not awake in it. Twisted, you're doing great. You're doing just great. Not only are you here, you're helping. And we love that. Given. Ooh. Exner, you sassy minx. That's so good. You know, you've really given me a lot to think about, Exner. Have you ever thought about that? That's super good. Boom, boom. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? That is stupid. Wow. So no N, no N, no N, no N, no I. Interesting. You should see how my typing is before I send it. Looks like Jerry Lewis is in full Nutty Professor mode. I love it though. That means we're getting your second most natural thoughts, right? Because you're awake enough to edit your body of work, and that's what I think is the most important here. Okay, let's give credit where credit is due. Dang it, I really liked Given. That's unfortunately lame. Okay. I don't know if Choke would give us anything. It gives us a lot, actually. It gives us a C, an H, every letter except for E. I think we got to throw just a casual choke in there. I mean, a little choke never hurt nobody, you know? Oh my. What? Okay. Wow. Okay, let's figure this out. So we got E-N-I. 3 out of 5 letters. Yeah, the penis was way stronger than the choke. Maybe that's why one led to the other, you know? Because it really, if you go in order, it goes naked, penis, choke. Oh, no. Okay, so the naked penis was given, and then we choked. That's the way she goes. You got to make a tail out of it. N-I-E. So blank, N-I-E blank. Oh, N-I-E? Yeah. BJ style, yo. BJ style, yo. It's like my BJ style jutsu. All right, man, put down the sake. You've had too much. N has been everywhere else. It's okay, so let's see. It's not A, E, entit. It could be double E. E-N-I-E. Any, N-O, N-O, N-E, N-V, N-V-O, N-V, N-I, innate, inert. E-N. I mean. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, there's an I. Sheesh, that's a good one. I like inlet a lot. And we gain 2 letters. Boom, boom, boom. No! What? No way! No way! Wow. Input in what? Inlet in so we got like in not no P. Invert and no V. In inner. That's not how you spell inner. Infer, though. That is how you spell infer. Oh my. We can't lose because we haven't lost in a while. Oh my. No T though, so at least we know that it's not that. And it's too many letters. Oh, I-N-T. Inter. Yeah. I was spelling it wrong. Oh boy. I just. Oh, true. No T. I don't. What else could it be though? Do we have a B yet? In bed. Oh my gosh. Inner. Ooh. All right, so we got infer and inner. Now we just need her in her. Ah, come on. I'm here all week, folks. Inner. Oh, per the penis. Okay, the penis saved us once again, so we're back to infer. Thank you, penis. You haven't let us down yet. Okay, what do we got? Anything else? Injure. No, listen. Oh, man. I do like infer, but we're also stuck on it because we don't have a better one yet. Let's just make sure. It's gotta be infer. Right? We're doing it. We're doing it. Get ready. We have inferred the answer. It is time. Because much like a bear, we are in our fur. Yeah! Good job! Let's cross fetuses for good luck. Woo! That was a close one, man. That was what? Excuse? Can someone tell me when we've lost and why my current streak is only 1? And how... What? That math doesn't even add up. I don't have a 94% win rate. Oh, okay. That doesn't matter then. If it's daily, don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't do it every day. I thought it was like... I failed. It's trying to tell me I've failed. And in that world, my max streak will always only be 4. Whew, that was a close one. That was a close one. Oh, yeah. All right, my friends. Let us see. We're going to do a poll, Lindsay. That was great. We did it. I found out that, like, Quordle... I found out that Quordle, there is also with 2 and 3. All right, let's do Wolfenstein, The New Order. We're going to do Soma. And I'm kind of jamming. Where's Steam? There it is. And then shooters. And then once Steam opens, it's dirty butt. Steam open. Says the Markus. Open. Well, and then Steam doesn't care. Steam ain't about it. The hell? Steam just it won't open. And I know how to fix it, but I can't restart my computer right now, so that's good. No, don't Skype it, you ass titty. No, fuck you, Skype. I don't even like that you're installed on my computer, let alone exist in any way at all. Yeah, you've spied it. You spied on too many people run around in their underwear. And I don't appreciate it. Hello, open? Steam. In task. Thank you. And then the fourth one. Had to AFK emergency style. I got my gallbladder last year. I'm assuming removed and not like you got it for the first time. Most people are born with their gallbladders. When nature calls, you have no choice anymore. Oh no! Really? Sneaks up on you, huh? And then Oh, too many choices. Satisfactory. I kind of want to do Elden Ring too, but they both require an update, so. Yeah, so that's the poll. Shooters for satisfactory. Oh yeah, it snakes and kicks in the door and shaves your dog's back and smokes all your cigarettes. You know, I used to be that friend. I used to be the friend that showed up and I would cook dinner and everyone appreciated it. Because as much as I wouldn't say I mooched, but I was homely. If I was your friend, man, I treated you like family. You know? Oh, nice, because we can't do polls. Nice. Can we do it with Firebot? No. I think we've looked into that before. So yeah, just if any of these games sound good, just let me know. If you don't have an opinion, no worries either. All of those sound relatively good. So I just figure I'll leave it up to y'all. But I used to be the friend back in the day. Like, I wanted to party. I wanted to have adventures. I wanted to do things that were fun. And, you know, the best way to do that is with your friends, right? So when it comes to friends, you know, I was that one. I showed up when I didn't call ahead. You know, I would cook your food. I would sit on your couch for hours and we would freaking hang out. It would just be fun. I think that's against TOS Twisted. I got puffy nipples. It's all the sodium. I made some corned beef last night. Well, Lindsay finished it, but it was a 14-day brine that I put on this brisket. It was so good, you guys. I overdid it a little bit. Excuse me. I overdid it a little bit. And I would have brined it probably like 2 days less, 3 days less, maybe. Because there is such a thing as too much flavor. You want a balanced flavor. But oh, baby. And it turned out super, super good. Super good. All right, Exner says 1 and 4. I like it. I kind of want to do satisfactory a little bit because I get a build, but it's also completely pointless. You know what I mean? Like it's like Minecraft in the way of just you get to be creative, which I appreciate. But I also like to have a point. I like to have an objective, you could say, which there is. And my objective for this would be to eventually play with my nephew. I have played Ark once and it just didn't hook me. You know, I didn't not like it, but I also enjoyed other games that are in the same wheelhouse as Ark. The building wasn't... you know what? If I really had to think about it, what it was, the building wasn't good enough for me. Because in those types of worlds, I really like to build creatively. And from what I remember, this is years and years and years ago. But from what I remember, I just remember not being like, oh, look how cool I can make this building. That might be different now, but, you know. Oh, Extra blessed you twice. Lindsay says, that's what she did. That's what she did. At least yours are puffy. I'm so evolved, my nips are smaller than dimes. So do you also not have the pinky toe? There's people that say the pinky toe is being evolved away. Which, I wonder what the benefit of that would be. Speaking of right, I built an upside down house on a toothpick. That had to have been hard. How long did it take you? And are we talking name brand toothpicks, or are we talking, you know, just like the dollar store ones? Because there's a big difference. Any vote, wife, on what you want? What are you talking about? An Ark? See, and that's what I always like to do. You know, build like really cool tree houses or really cool underwater bases, or just always like make domes, because they really don't like making domes in Minecraft. It's hard. But if you figure it out, you figure it out. But it's fun, man. And then I really enjoyed doing a lot of chicks quit. Doing a lot of redstone builds. I couldn't think of what the name of the damn redstone was. That was my favorite, man. Because when I first played Minecraft, it was when it was first launched. It was in 2011 is when I very first played Minecraft, which I'm pretty sure is close to when it first launched. And there wasn't much to do. You know, like, it was pretty basic. And it was so fun. I loved, because when I first played Minecraft, I was actually in the military. I was going to school to be an electrician on B-52 bombers. So I was very deep in, like, you know, mechanical, wiring, electrical, how all that shit works. And I was learning about it. So I found out Soma. Okay. I found out that was like in Minecraft, man. Oh, baby. Like making doors that disappear into nothing, and like working showers and working lights and spotlights and the farms and all of like the mechanical stuff. Oh, baby. It was a hoot. That one was super good. I enjoy it. Now it's wild, man. It is the sorters. I loved making the item sorters. That was super, super fun. Also, I can tell you, man, it was a hoot. It was an absolute blast back in the day to play Minecraft, because we used to spend so many hours. Like, picture a bunch of military dudes that just, you know, and I'm like, I need more redstone. And then like my two buddies who didn't really like doing the redstone stuff, they would go and get it, and they would bring me back sand, and they bring me back glass, and whatever I asked them to bring me, man, they would just bring me back. And it was perfect, because I got to build us our base. I got to build us our farms and all the engineering and fun stuff. And then they got to explore and do all the stuff that was less fun for me. I still enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much. But one thing I did love doing is I loved building or going into the nether. So beat the dragon, whoop-de-doo. But what I like to do is go to the islands. I loved going out into the nether and finding those bases and then getting the cape thing or whatever. Elytra is what it's called. Too bad Richie's not in here to hear all the Minecraft. He'd probably be salivating at the mouth. But yeah, and that's why I don't really play Minecraft anymore, is because it's a different game, you know? I had my time with Minecraft, and now it's the next people's turn with Minecraft. And that's the thing with some old games, that even though they're getting like new content with like Apex and all this stuff, there's still Apex, still the same game. They're slightly different due to updates, but ultimately, you know what you're getting when you go into Apex. You know what you're getting when you go into Halo. And because of that, I don't know. Maybe that's why so many new games suck to older people. And I know objectively they are worse, and I will say that, and I will stand on that hill. They're objectively worse, but also, is that objective worseosity more noticeable simply because Call of Duty and Halo are no longer the Halo that I knew? You know what I mean? Like, is that why it's so much worse when like Battlefield 2042 comes out and it's unplayable? But it was unplayable. That's objectively provable. That's not like I'm just some jaded bald guy. It's like, no, man, it was literally trash. But because I compared it to the games that were so good, if I didn't know Battlefield at all, would I have liked 2042? That's the question. If I didn't know what good games were, that's bullshit though, man. That's just ignorance. That's not a mindset problem. That's like you've been eating saltines your whole life, and then somebody finally tells you that there's club crackers. It's like, what? I've been eating these these saltines my whole life, and there were these buttery, flaky, delicious crackers that I could have had the whole fucking time. It's like, yeah, man, they've been around forever. No way, right? Like that's what I feel it's about. Nimmers, what's up, Nim? Wait, COD is not the Halo you knew. It's not, man. You can't even drop your guns and shoot people anymore, and I don't like it. Because, like, for example, you used to not be able to run in Halo. You couldn't sprint. The first one to do it was Halo Reach. It was pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed the power upgrades. I enjoyed armor locking. And there's a lot of people who didn't like Halo Reach because they felt like it was too much of a step away from Halo. But what I appreciate that Halo Reach did is because it was a different game. It wasn't Master Chief. It was a standalone game based off of a standalone book in the universe. They did it well. They respected the source material while also changing it up in a way that is fair for a different new story. You can have new shit in the same world, and they did it really well, and I enjoyed it. I truly enjoyed it. But there's definitely purists who say, like, you shouldn't be able to sprint in Halo. Well, he is a super soldier. I don't think he should get winded. That's step one. But ultimately, the argument is like, well, you don't need to sprint because you just run. You run the whole time, right? So it's old world video game mentality with new world video game mechanics. And because of that, look at Nim's sexy thing. He did that AI sexy thing, didn't he? He did. Looks like Star-Lord. But you get my point. There's a degree of being old and seeing things more critically instead of just having fun. And then there's also the objective reality that games are not made to the same quality and standards that they used to be. With new technology comes new bugs, but ultimately, man, fuck it. Send it out. And then like that is the part that's not just Marcus being an old curmudgeon. That's the part that it's like, we are very right. And the sad truth is, as gamers, we want the next generation to have a good experience. That's why so many old gamers are so pissed right now, is because it's just like, we just want you to have the same shit that we had. We're regressing in video games. How is that possible? How are we going backwards and we're losing features that we used to have? Call of Duty, you used to be able to design your whole gun, man. You could draw the veiniest penis you've ever seen in your whole life in Call of Duty on your gun. Now, granted, they started banning people because they were getting a little too photorealistic, but you get my point. We had features, we had options, and now it's just like the only options they give you are quality options, like change your resolution, change your shadows, change your like bunch of graphics. Okay, graphics are one part of a game. They are one part of a game. And I would argue a smaller part of the game to the rest. So good job on the graphics, Billy Billington. I can't crouch because when I do, I fall through the map. What's a bigger issue? So all I'm trying to say is, as a jaded old man who understands how good video games can be, it's worth respecting yourself enough to demand quality that we know based off of past experience is possible to reach. That is the fact. That is the truth. So I don't know what to tell you, man. What Reach did well was allow us... Oh, and then assassinations. Yes, then 4 and 5 had assassinations, and then they took them out. You know what also they used to do really well? Split screen. And now you can't do split screen. God forbid you even have a friends list at this point in video games. Like, look at what they've taken out. They used to have kill of the game. Now they have nothing, right? They have like final kill of the game. Fine. But they used to also have pre-game lobbies where you could partner up with people that you randos. You just hit one button. You hit X, you're together, a check mark goes by your name, you party up, and now you're friends. And you just made new friends. How hard is it to even play with people that you are friends with, let alone people that you don't know yet? right? Like Call of Duty put back in proximity chat, and I love that. We've had proximity chat since Halo 2. You guys understand that? Halo 2, but they took it out. They took it out. And look at the new fucking game, whatever it's called, it's Overwatch 2, JK, Overwatch 1, re-released Overwatch 1. Okay, they took out the gold. They took out the top damage of the game, top shot of the game, top assist of the game. They took away rewards and accolades so that people don't feel bad because they're too bad to get an accolade. That's bullshit, man. It is the complete and total opposite. It's the complete and total opposite. If you take away rewards for the individual and you start to give them to everybody, nobody works for dick anymore because they know they get the same reward as the person who did nothing. And why would you bust your ass if you're getting rewarded the same as somebody who did absolutely nothing, if not just stood there the whole game? Okay, I don't care how much it's the right thing. It's not how our brain works. It is not how mentality works. It's true, man. If you push people and you reward their effort, they will almost always keep doing it. That is basic human nature, basic brain biology. Now there's too far. You can't only be reward based because then when you don't get your reward, you could potentially fail, right? But ultimately, it ain't this. It ain't having somebody not get a pat on the back for busting their ass, becoming a good shot, learning the game, and smoking kids, man. Like, you're not better than anybody because you do that, except for everybody you just play in the video game. It's a competition. Video games are a competition. They're a fun competition, but they're a competition nonetheless. And taking away parts of that to, like, make it more accessible, like banning Dr. Disrespect because he called somebody a pussy. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What the fuck, man? You cannot... We are not, human beings are not as controllable as our government and our people in power like to think. They think that if I do A, humans will do B. If I do C, humans will do D. Right? But you know what I mean? And that's just not the case. It works a little bit. It works a little bit. But only for the compliant ones. Anybody with any type of salt will be like, fuck you. And they will push against force. And right now, you sign into Call of Duty, you check all the boxes. Right? I'm a good boy. I'm going to be a good boy. And if I'm a bad boy, you can spank me. And it's just ridiculous. Why is EA, why is a video game company trying to set the moral compass of the world? It fucking doesn't make sense, man. EA does not tell people how to live. And what's going to happen is because of that, people are just going to go above and beyond. You see the chats. Type 1 if you're gay. Type 2 if you're a star. So because it's against the rules, people actively do it to be noticed and to get attention. So what is that rule doing? Is it encouraging bad behavior or is it discouraging bad behavior? Because I would argue very, very obviously that it is encouraging bad behavior. Instead of just accepting that sometimes people say pussy and if you hear it, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And I am worked up. But do you get my point, though? It's ridiculous, the power that we have given to people. People we don't know. We have just said, you get to dictate my emotional well-being. You get to dictate if I'm happy or not. Simply because whatever words you use will dictate if I'm happy or not. It's ridiculous. What's up, Rex? How you doing? Welcome in. Whew. They made us all get separate consoles, so now they don't even have local co-op friends to get local co-op games. Absolutely, man, it's ridiculous. How much do you save by pulling a LAN fucking cord or a LAN port out of your Xbox? Come on, man. I understand it's compounded over millions, and I don't care though. If you want to encourage good behavior, do your best, but don't dictate it by rules and regulations. Right? That's what drives me crazy. That's what's so different about modern times and modern consumerism, man, is we don't have choices anymore. We're just told what to buy. And I don't like it. Like all these subscription boxes have made people stupid. They really have. Like, I don't know how to make a choice anymore. Just send me a curated life in a curated box and I will live this whatever you tell me to do, I will do it. It's like, dude, come on. Live your own life for one fucking day of your whole damn life. Hey, Rex. Overwatch 1.1. Exactly, man. Nim's the bottom. Oh, Nim. Lindsay and I, that came up the other day, and I was just dying. Because I don't think you understand, Nim, how much I didn't realize what I was saying. You think no, he's joking. He's clearly joking. I wasn't. I didn't put together. I didn't hear it. I would never assume you were a bottom. Not with a beard like that. Moving on! Lots of humans do D. I agree. Not with me. I will be like, you want me to do B? I will do MF and you. Damn, that's kinky. Let's go. One Exner types 1. Oh, Exner, you're so amazing. Woo, sheesh. Come up for air. I'm back, Rex. I'm back. Right, I'm back. Like a dolphin, right? Once you hit the bottom of the ocean, you just jump off, and that's how you get back up. Rex, no, you did miss Wordle. I'm sorry to say. We got into it pretty quick, brother. The penis came in so strong, Rex. 3 out of 5 from penis. But we had to go all the way to the last guess, ironically enough. I feel like a lot of things are... That's what makes me angry, Marcus thinks. Oh, Nim. I can fill mini books. I can fill libraries with the things that make me angry. But I could also fill entire campuses with the things that make me happy. It's just a matter of I should talk about one more than the other, but... You know, that is the thing that we just do, isn't it? We just hyper-focus on the things that either we're trying to fix, the problems we're trying to solve, or, you know, just that stuff. And we just let all of our victories just, you know, kind of go past us. You know, we have an amazing wedding that we shoot some of our best pictures on. You should appreciate that, you know, or I edited a great video that does really good on YouTube. I should be proud of that, you know? I get that good selfie angle that hides my belly and my, you know, and I just still kind of show the bulge. It's good. You take the things that make you feel the best and you move on. I was trying to accurately count dicks in the rant, but they... Careful, man. They're slippery. Gotta hang on tight. That's why I kept saying stop. Man, isn't that just fantastic? Lindsay thought I was doing it on purpose, Nim. Man, look at Nim's profile picture. All I see is Star-Lord staring at me. And I like it. It's 2 degrees out. Oh, that's cold. And I just finished sweating my gut off in a Santa suit in front of a green screen. Oh, Nim, what are you up to? Saint Nimulus. Yeah, I like that. Saint Nim is the bottom. Oh, yeah, I got the green screen. I haven't done anything. I don't know what to do anymore with the stream. The best I can do is show up when I'm supposed to be. The planning and all that stuff is gone. I don't know what to do anymore. I like Saint Nimulus. Ooh, I like that too. Saint Nimulus. No, Nim will not let this nickname stick, and I agree with him. I still don't hear it though. See, I say a pop-em a lot, like, right? Nim's a pop-em, you know, Lynn's a pop-em. It's so it won't stick around. I agree. It's too long. That's what she said. Right? I don't see it sticking. But it will certainly always be a memory, Nim. Nim's a pop-em is the old standby. Nim's a pop-em has always been good for me. Belated Rex, don't you worry. Okay, that ain't going nowhere ever. That I can tell you beyond all of the shadows of all of the doubts. Okay, Belated is with us to stay. Nim, what's new for you, man? You got any fun stream victories you want to share with the class? Belated is now Marcus Lore. I know, think about it. 10 years from now, you'll just see the green Rex and purple Exner come in, and it'll just be hashtag belated. 20 million people watching all around the world, and I still see the green and purple come through every time. They say belated, I smile, I give them a little nipple flick, and they know it's for them. They know it's for them. Right? He did it! He did the nipple thing, right? And everybody else thinks it's, something different. We are almost at our 1K friends on Twitch before I bounce to another platform. You're leaving? I heard that new gambling stream website is really good. The flick is only for y'all. The flick's for the OGs, man. Right? Yeah, kick. I only know about it because a little bit on the Twitter, but I heard it's from a gambling website. No word bans. Like, even as the streamer, you can't ban words. No, it's not a gambling streaming site. It's a streaming site that is owned by a gambling company. Where are we going? We're going as far as we gotta go. Right now, I'm good with Twitching the YouTube. Oh, prawn as in not prawn, not the shellfish. You're talking about real nipple flicking. My goodness. Wow. Okay. I'm good. I mean, as much as I think I got the body for a very specific type of prawn, yeah. I don't think I got I just don't think I got the mentality for it, You can only be asked to spread your cheeks so much before you just kind of start to feel bad about yourself, I would imagine. And don't get me wrong. Oh, Nim, the gays have always loved me, and I've always loved them. But it's very different the way we love each other, if you know what I mean. I have been called a bear. I have been called handsome. I have been called sweetie. I mean, all of it. And I'm like, thank you so much. You don't understand how little we get this as a man. So, I mean, no, thank you. You got, there's a part of you I'm really not into. Don't know what it is, but there's a piece that just doesn't seem to hit right. But I appreciate the compliment so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Right? So I know, trust me, if Marcus wanted to, I feel like I would do pretty well in that industry. But ultimately, I don't know, man. It just seems like it would really kind of bring a pounding to my life that I just wasn't ready for, and I'm too into boobs. It's the boobs. I love them with my clothes on. Nim, that is scandalous. Always, exactly, Rex. Always nice to get the compliments. As long as they're not rude, I'm like, thanks, man. And it honestly feels like, even though I'm not attracted in any way. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, it still is like, oh, thanks. Why are you following me? No, not really. Not really. I don't know. Because if being catcalled by gay dudes, not that bad. They're typically pretty polite. They're not intimidating, so I'm not like scared for my life. And they just, I don't know. They're always so nice. Hey, if the clothes fit. Exactly. As long as we maintain respect, just like Nim, as long as they don't push the barrier that wasn't meant to be broken. Okay, it's a one-way street for me. Okay, we're getting off. This is ridiculous. I got two of like the most wholesome people I know in here, Nim and Rex, and I'm just talking about booty sex. Come on. But ultimately, I've never had one be like, it could be because I'm just a big guy, right? Like, I don't present myself as weak in public, if that makes sense. I'm on alert, right? I stand tall. I put my corner in the back so people can't sneak up on me. Like I don't come across, I like to think, as a victim or someone that could more or less be fucked with. And because of that, a big part, I feel, I've never really been disrespectfully catcalled. Like I've been with women who were disrespectfully catcalled, and you know, we moved on from it. Was whatever, you just move on. But ultimately, if a dude ever did that to me directly, that'd be a different kind of situation. So that could be part of it too. I've never been catcalled in like a gross way. I've always been just, you know, hey, big bear, hey. You know, hey. This reminds me of one time in a bar, Twisted. I had this one gay dude who was so pushy to get me and my stepbrother back to his apartment. Did you coke? See, like, that's cool. But if he's being, well, drugs are bad. Okay, don't do drugs, especially if they're illegal. I don't advocate drug doing, but I love adventures. Okay, I do love adventures. So, like, had that dude not been so pushy, I mean, it might seem like there could be worse. There could be worse things to do than go back into the apartment and maybe participate in a little bit of an adventure. You don't know. I've met some of the craziest people. Like one time, let me tell you this story. All right, so one time my buddy and I, we met these ladies, okay? There was the preacher's daughter. That's the one I liked. There were the twins. Ironically enough, there was the gay friend. So it was one gay dude, 3 ladies, and me and Joe. Jiraiya boy. Name dropping people over here. Me and Jiraiya boy, right? So we set up a date. We go on the date. Like we set up a meeting. We have fun. We enjoy it. And throughout the course of the evening, they bring up, hey, do you guys want to go to this pool? Like, hell yeah. Of course we do. Are you crazy? Of course I want to go to this pool. So we all go to this pool, and they didn't have a key to this pool. They didn't have a key to the gate. Didn't think too much about it. Like, hey, we got to jump over the fence. I'm like, cool. Sounds like I'm about to see some boobs, because we didn't have swimming suits. Okay, we were going a la carte. All right, so we jump over the fence. We go to this heated pool. It's the middle of the winter. Jiraiya boy was the only one who didn't get in. He was our, you could call him white knight. He didn't like breaking the rules. Okay, so what was it? 5 of us. So twins, her, me, and dude. Okay, so 6 of twins, her, me, dude. Twins, her, twins are 2, her, me, dude. 5 of us. Okay, we're in the pool, normal swimming around. I'm splashing. We're playing. We're not quite nude yet. We're just in our skivvies, right? So Jiraiya boy was at the gate, not participating. And the twins, one of them specifically, liked Jiraiya boy. And I'm looking at him. I'm going, get in this pool. Like, I'm trying to, like, be cool, but also my wingman needs to get in the pool. So, and he wasn't, because he was scared of getting in trouble. And I just am like, this will not happen if he does not get to this pool. So we're swimming, we're frolicking, we're playing. And of course, as the evening continues and the libations increase and the, you could say the mood is shifting in a certain direction, if you know what I mean. Okay? We are on the precipice of greatness. Nudity. And the only reason it hasn't happened yet is old Jiraiya boy is still not in the pool. And I go, Jiraiya boy? I'm at the edge of the pool. I'm like, if you get in this pool, they will take off their tops. They hadn't told me this yet, but I just had a feeling. I had a feeling that's what was going to happen. And I took my shot. And they were like, yeah. And like, yes. So I was like, it worked. I'm going to see boobs. Okay, so I'm very excited there, but it won't happen unless Jiraiya boy gets in that fucking pool. So I'm like, and I look at him and I'm like, I do that. I do that. I fucking hit the concrete, and I'm like, "Dry boy, if you don't get in this fucking pool right now, I will kill you." And it like they didn't hear it, but that was the vibe. I just was like, "Get in this goddamn pool right now." And so the twins, they were like, "Come on, Jiraiya boy." I'm like, "Come on, please, 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 please." So he finally gets in. He doesn't take off any of his clothes. I think he took off his jeans, but that was it. And he still has his shirt on, still has everything else on. But whatever, it doesn't matter. The mission was accomplished because as soon as Jiraiya boy got in the pool, he kind of was in the corner at first, being a little bit of a wiener. But whatever, I was with the preacher's daughter, and I'm not kidding. She actually was a preacher's daughter. And it got good, right? Things were nice. And here's the story ain't over. Okay, so we got music going, partnered up a little. Dry boy's doing the best he can. The twins are trying, and the one gentleman he apparently also liked the Marcus a little, because while me and homegirl were trying to enjoy the pool, I all of a sudden I felt kind of like someone's watching me. Like, you know what I mean when you just kind of can tell somebody's appreciating your work kind of situation, and you just well, it's different when they're like across the pool compared to when they're like, "Hey Marcus, hey, hold on, man." So luckily for me, that got stopped really fast. So there's no story there other than it will come back up later. So politely, I'm good. We're good. Fuck off. I know you're the odd man out. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Do you see how hard we're working? I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't got time. I can't do it all, right? I gotta focus here. So anyway, that happens. No big deal. It's all kind of normal at this point. Dry boy's chilling out. The twins are working him down finally. And it's like, things are good. And here comes a knocking. Somebody who lives at the apartment complex of the pool that we're swimming in nude. It was one lone gentleman. One guy. He's like, "Hey guys." I'm like, "Hey." And I immediately go into, we have to keep this going. It's like, "Come on in, man." Come swim with us. We're just swimming, hanging out, drinking. You want to be? Because I was like, we can't leave. We can't get kicked out. This has to work. So it fucking worked, you guys. I'm not even kidding. This dude was wasted. Just a normal looking dude. Like, he was probably in his late 20s, early 30s. Just normal guy. Just picture white guy. This is this guy. White. He's just a white looking dude. Well, anyway, he fucking gets in the pool with us for probably another 30 minutes. And here's the weird part, though. He was so liquored, man. He literally just, like, sat in the corner and just kind of did this a little bit. So this random stranger of the fucking thing is chilling in the pool in the corner. Jiraiya boy and the twins. Marcus and the Jets. No, Marcus and the pastor girl. Preacher's daughter. And then Lord Fluffington feeling real left out. And I did feel for the guy. He was nice. But anyway, about 30 minutes into this, whatever. Things are happening, but dude's chilling. And all of a sudden, he must have sobered up a little or something. And I was like, all right, we're pushing our luck, man. Like, we got to get the fuck out of here. Well, homie's like, hey, I got beers back at my place if you guys want to come. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, why not? So we get dressed. We're all wet. We go and we start walking to this dude's apartment. And then I don't remember the specifics of what happened, but somehow the guy, the friend, I don't want to just keep calling him the gay guy because that just seems rude. Because that's just simply part of the story. It's not like a big deal. But the male friend that was with us, it came up somehow what happened in the pool. And I was just like, hey man, you were the one trying to grab me or something in the pool. And this was a while ago. The world wasn't quite as, gay positive as it is now. And ultimately, he got super pissed because I don't think he was out. But like, come on, dude. We all know. And clearly nobody fucking cares. But ultimately, I'm very direct with people often. And I don't mind gay people. So I never really thought like, hey, if I bring up that you are gay, you will be offended by your own sexuality. Well, ultimately, he got so pissed. But we were so drunk and we were so on mission with, the girls that this is kind of the best part. Because here's what happened. I said whatever. I brought it up and he truly got pissed. This is the part I remember. That he threw his beer bottle and it broke. And I was just like, ultimately, that outburst was met with, dude, fucking chill. We're trying to have a good time. And that's what happened. He chilled and it was fine. Like literally just moved for all of us, him included. We all moved forward onto this dude's apartment. Right? And it was, I liked that because it was nice to be able to have conflict without like explosion, right? So we all went, me and him made up. It was all fine. Friendships reattuned or whatever. And we go to this dude's house, right? And it's just like this tiny little 1-bedroom, single, lonely man apartment. I don't know how. Shut up, Rex. Lips were too chapped. I wasn't into it. I'm kidding. So ultimately, we go to this apartment, just your classic, single dude, got a couch and a TV and beer and a bed, right? So we're in there, and that was the weirdest part. So we're all a little bit sobering up. We get a couple beers. The interchange between me and homie happened, and even though we made up, it was still kind of frustrating. But as we're sitting there drinking, it just kind of all comes together in this. I'm pretty sure it's time to go. But had we not gone to this guy's apartment, and had we not, I would not be able to tell you this. 2 days later, as God is my witness, 2 days later, I'm at work at the Budweiser Event Center working as a chef. Okay, that's what I used to do, one of my jobs. I'm walking through the building, and guess who I fucking run into? I run into the guy's apartment. I ran into the guy who got in the pool with us. And I look at him and I go, holy shit. Like, do you remember me? He didn't. He was blackout drunk. He's like, no. Like, you don't remember 2 days ago getting into a pool with a bunch of naked people and inviting us up to your apartment for beer? And he's just like, that was you? I'm like, yeah. What's up, man? And it wasn't a big deal, but it was like, what are the fucking odds? I have never seen this guy before in my life. And after he sees me naked, we run into each other at work. What the hell kind of universal thread of situation is that, man? I'll tell you. That is clearly one of those stories that just is with me forever because it was like I just did it yesterday, man. It was so great. Just Jiraiya boy being scared and it taking the collective effort of 6 titties to get him in that pool. Do you understand that? I would get into a pool for half a nipple, and this motherfucker took 3 sets, 6 individual boobs to get in a pool. That's a new level for me, man. Oh shit. Yeah, that was one of my stories. Excuse me. I know, Rex. I remember that life too, man. I don't live it anymore, but man, do I remember it. It's crazy. Ugh. Dry boy was waiting until he got the deal he wanted. He wanted to see all the titties. Oh, wow. And then the funny part, I think we hung out with those people maybe one more time. Maybe. And we just moved on. Oh. That reminds me of this one time I was almost cheating on my then girlfriend / now wife, it involved a pool. Twisted. Let's be honest. I was, hey man, I assume she knows since you bring it up, but ultimately, I don't condone cheating, but also I understand that life happens every day. And what a person does after they've made a mistake is what determines is one of the parts that determines how bad the act actually was. And that sounds like somebody who's endorsing cheating. No, I don't endorse cheating at all. I think if you are going to cheat, just be a man and dump the person. I mean, it's way harder to do that than to cheat. And I just think you don't get to have your cake and eat it too. Oh, you owe it to the person, if you truly love them, to not do it, for one. But if it does happen, you owe them everything at that point. You're the victim, or they're the victim. You're the person that has to make it right. And if you do all of that, I truly believe that a relationship has the potential of being saved. You shouldn't ever work towards that. Like, man, one day I'm going to cheat and boy, what a love that's going to be. Nope. But if life happens, man, every fucking day, life happens, and you owe it to yourself to not be defined by the failures, but to make up for them. That's the piece. You don't get to be a demon and then not be held accountable for it. That's where the idea of like, don't cheat comes from. Don't do it. But then the realistic side of the world, where you have to be a grown-up and an adult, is I fucked up. This is why I fucked up. And I want to make it right because I feel like what we have is I did something. It's hard though, man, because you really got to mean it. You can't just say it because you got caught. You got to actually want the relationship to be better. You actually because if you don't, then you're just lying. Then you're just cheating and you're trying to get out of being in trouble. But if you cheat because you have true and genuine doubt and then regret because of that, love is powerful, man. Love is really powerful. And Lindsay, she's kind of sweating over there. What the fuck? What are you trying to tell me, Marcus? But like, it's true though. If you want to do great things like be in love, it's so good, you guys. Love is one of those emotions that the moment you feel it, I was going to say for real, but I think love is always real. So I'm going to change that to when you feel a love that is right, you can walk straight through the flames, man. And you still feel the burning, but I don't know. I've never loved somebody as much as I love Lindsay, and no one's ever made me work on my life as much as Lindsay has. And I can tell you, I wouldn't do that for anybody else except for her. At least not so far. No one's been better because it's impossible. So twisted. I will read that in just a second. But it's true though, man. And love isn't just between two people. That's what I'm talking about. But just to kind of apply it to something different. Just think about something that you genuinely love that's not a person. And look at how much energy, time, thought you put into it. And that's for like something inanimate. Say like a video game or a car or a hobby. You know, like you love eating Cheetos. Like, think about when you look at that bag of Cheetos, you're like, oh, you know, like, damn, give me them puffs. Make it crunchy, right? Like, you know, that's what you feel for those Cheetos. Now imagine you find that in a person. Holy shitballs. It's good. It's good is what it is. Let's be honest. She flat-footed caught me. Oh, in the act. But before Jesus. I had told my wife I need a break. Wow. I mean, clearly she forgave you. People come back from cheating, but it takes a lot. It does. And that's the part that so many people who cheat don't get, is they don't do the part to come back. They feel, well, you made me feel like this, or there's a reason I did. No. You should have broke up with them. Period. If you were that sad or that not into them, you should have taken the heartache. You don't just get to feel good for a little bit and then hurt somebody. That's not how it works. Then ask for forgiveness. Now, there's an exception to that rule, but what I just said is the general rule. Don't hurt people. Live an intentional enough life that you, as to the best of your ability, don't hurt people. Because forgiveness is earned, and it's certainly not deserved. I don't care how hard you work. If you never work hard enough for the forgiveness, you'll never get it. And that's when you got to know when it's time to step away. Don't get me wrong. Not every relationship can be fixed, and not every relationship will fail. Ultimately, it's a matter of knowing what's worth it and kind of basing your decisions off of that. It just happened. The stranger was one of my sisters. She was one of your sisters? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't normalize it. One of my sister's best friends. She had some, you love that, in a tiny waves. It was like, whoa, waves. Mine. So how long after the event, Twisted, did you guys get married? Hey, man, I get it. How long have you guys all... I got a lot of questions now, Twist. How long have you guys been together? That's how I get the pumpkin pie. So years after... So, man, you guys... Congratulations, Twisted. That's amazing. Wow. 19 years. That's huge, man. Tell her Marcus says hello, but don't explain who I am. I don't know why I come up with some of the shit that I come up with. Let's hear it, and then I'll tell you how I propose, and we'll see who's more epic. You know, it's a shame where is that proposal video? It's on, was it on Facebook I posted it? Because I don't know, Twisted. Mine's pretty epic, brother. Mine gets pretty epic. Hey, I'm going to do something. So if something starts happening, tell me, huh? I'm not going to tell you what, though, because I don't want you to look for it. I mean, Lindsay, she could, you know, she might have an opinion on if my proposal was cool or not. So when Lindsay and I first got engaged, that's a weird... So when I knew I was going to propose to Lindsay, I called her folks. And because I believe in asking permission. I'm an old-fashioned guy. Well, when I called and asked, that's really good. I was told, well, Lindsay can make up her own mind. Like, okay. I hope that's a good sign. And I said, you know, I appreciate that. She certainly can. I just wanted to, you know, out of respect, reach out to you guys and just, you know, kind of ask for your blessing. And he just, well, Lindsay can make up her own mind. So I didn't technically get the blessing, and I also didn't give a fuck because according to him, he said it's up to Lindsay. Works for me, baby. So that's exactly what we did, man. That's exactly what we did. And I will leave it there, and I'm going to read Twisted's. I'm always pushing buttons, Exner. Okay, so I was sitting at home. She called me up, bitching and moaning. I said, shut the hell up. I have a question for you. She said, what? I can already see what's happened. I said, well, you did it over the phone? I said, will you marry me? She stopped cold. Well, that's one way to shut him up. And said, are you effing with me? How many years were you together when you did this? I said, you know, I don't play with things like that. She said, yes. Then we hung up. I said, I won that argument. And now you're stuck with her for 19 years. Over 10 years you were together. And then an argument had you propose over Skype. Now, it probably wasn't even Skype. It was like a Nokia. No, that is, I gotta say, that's pretty baller. Especially to, like, stick with it. Because anybody can say, will you marry me, and then kind of back out. Especially when it's over a call. It's like, that was in the heat of the moment. Shut up. Right? Excuse me. You actually, not to never be called a man of his, to never not be called a man of his word. Twisted said, well, I just wanted the fight over, so I figured if I asked her to marry me, she'd shut up and then back out later. 19 years later, it's just, here we are. That's so cool, man. So did you know beforehand, or did that fight just really make you realize how much you loved her? And when it's when she's screaming and that vein in her neck starts to pop out, I just can't help but love her. That is so hardcore, man. Longest game of chicken. Yeah, they're just waiting for one or the other to be like, gotcha, bitch. Fucking 10 years later. Oh, man. I love that, dude. That's an epic story. All right, let's see if I can, if mine beats it. So when I finally decided I was going to marry Lindsay. I went to the folks, asked permission, got told to go to the next window over and fill out form 12FU, and we'll figure it out from there. So I was like, cool, that works. Now because I know Lindsay's going to say yes. There's no way she's not. So it's like, score. Because imagine if they'd have been like, no. Like, oh, well, this kind of fucks up a lot of plans. It was more of like a courtesy ask. I didn't really have to ask you. But anyway, so the dad says, ask Lindsay. I'm like, fine. So that's when the plan goes into motion. I knew that I had to do something wonderful for this woman, because there's only one way to ask out an angel, and that's heavenly, right? So, so I knew, I was like, okay, how do I want to ask? How do I want to propose? So I landed on, I want to rent out a movie theater and edit a movie trailer that is going to end with me proposing to her. So what I do is I find a local theater, and I convince them to have me rent out the place. And then I proceed to create this trailer. Man, if it's on the internet anywhere, Lindsay, please find it. And because I wanted to make this I wanted the trailer to be a thing. So I make the trailer, and hopefully we find it, because I don't want to describe it. But it's a really good one. It starts out with like a bunch of fake quotes from like Oprah Winfrey, Barack Obama. And like, this is the greatest love story ever told. And so I make this fun whole editing thing. And it was called Swipe Right, a love story. So I was playing a song, going through the motions of the video, right? And she's sitting right next to me on this theater had couches. So we're sitting on the couch, sitting in like the third-ish row. Well, unbeknownst to Lindsay, all of our friends and family that matter are sneaking in the back. So they're all sneaking in the theater as Lindsay and I are watching this proposal. She didn't know it was a proposal video. She thought it was like an anniversary. Because the part that I forgot is I was like, all right, we're celebrating. They're like, you don't remember? And I made up that it was like a anniversary of something. She's like, I don't remember. She couldn't remember like what we had done in the past and what we were celebrating for on this day. So she got all dressed up. We went on like a long drive before, and like looking super fly. And here's the fun part. Everything up before us getting there, like I had been talking to these people at the movie theater. I sent them a picture of us so they knew who we were and they knew when we were coming. They printed out these fake movie tickets for us to go to see. And like when we shook the thing, I gave him the ticket, he like gave me a wink and I gave him a wink back. And it was awesome. So anyway, so as we're sitting in there watching it, and the family and friends are all sneaking behind us, and then as the video's going towards the end, it said like, you've met your, or my family loves you, my friends love you. Now it's time for me to love you forever, or some shit. And then it said, turn around. So all the lights turn on. We stand up and turn around, and all of our friends and family are behind her singing the Ingrid Michaelson song, Let's Get Rich and Buy Our Parents' Homes in the South of France. Right, so they're all singing. Lindsay is just screaming, oh my God, over and over and over again. And it's as she's in complete and total confusion, shock, having a heart attack, I'm reaching down into my sock and pulling out the ring. So I reach down, everyone's singing. Lindsay's, oh my God, like just screaming, oh my God, oh my God. And then I took my finger out. No. So then sorry, I couldn't help myself. Nothing's good here. And then the song ended, and then I made up a speech on the spot. I don't remember what I said. And then it took her a second, but I was like, will you marry me? And she finally was like, yes. And she like, screamed it out or whatever. And everybody screamed, and, we hugged and loved. And I was like, well, now we can leave. She's like, we don't have to watch a movie. I was like, no. There's no movie. Like, this was all for us. And so we leave out the movie theater, and every single person in the lobby, all of the patrons, because the people who are waiting to watch this movie are outside of the theater in the lobby waiting to go into the theater that we were just occupying. And so we walk out, and I'm looking, I see everybody staring at us, and I'm just like, she said yes. And then everybody just started hooting and hollering and clapping and screaming. And there was like we had a food spread out, and there was a cake that they surprised us with, and they made us a cake. And then Lindsay, as we were out, she just knocked out this speech like she had written it fucking forever. Like she knew right away. And it was awesome. It was an absolutely awesome proposal. Yeah. And then after that, we were engaged to be married. That was a different Mark, man. That was the Mark that Lindsay deserved. That's who we're got to get back to. Thank you. I have a video of all of it. I just don't know where anything ever is. Oh, Lindsay found it. Hold on a minute. Hey, look, we found it. Well, Lindsay found it. So this is them. We're already in the theater, right? Me and Lindsay are already in the theater. That's my little sister.
Your brother better take this SD card for me when we get back.
Okay, so yeah, this is all of them sneaking in the back, right?
The little pilot.
Why should I?
Because he's a 12-year-old boy.
Right, so these are, I had a couple regular,
Wherever he is, if he's alive.
I had a couple regular, what are they called? Previews play before the one I made. Can you guys hear it okay? That's little sis, Rex. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is the one. After this is the video I made. The definition of what love is will be changed forever after this movie. The people in this movie were so attractive it melted my eyes. Oh. So we're in front, up front.
Maybe I think you're cute and funny. Maybe I wanna do
DMCA. Fuck. I didn't think about that. Ingrid, you bitch. Unfortunately, you guys can't really see. That's right. You'll get to see the end. You'll get to see the end. The longer we're together, the more I can be my true self around you. Okay, so that's my train of thought on the why I took my... Oh, I'll get the good video. So these are like, you continue to change my life for the better. Every day was better than the last. So this is at a real estate award ceremony. We're dancing. There's Lindsay saying, "Oh my God." These are my old friends that I'm not friends with anymore. I know, right, Rex? Isn't that crazy, man? Oh my God. So now everybody's stood up. Careful, you're about to hear octaves never heard before. There's my mom freaking screaming. I didn't have a speech planned. Morning story.
I love you. I love you so much. And I had a big emptiness in my life until you came around. I gotta lock you up because I don't want that emptiness to ever come back. So, will you do me the honor? Oh my God! Marrying me?
There's actually an IOU. There wasn't a ring there. IOU one diamond. No, it was a beautiful ring. If she only knew. If she only knew. I'm crying and you're crying.
You just called me Markus.
Yeah, I had a friend of ours who's a photographer. She came and snapped a bunch of pictures.
Thank you guys.
So there's the group, there's the family.
How was it?
Oh my God!
Isn't she such a babe? Then look at Lindsay's speech, man. There's my daddy. My sister, husband.
I'm so excited that you said yes. Grandma? As he said in his proposal, he has had an emptiness inside him forever. And you just that fills mine also. So, cheers.
I know, Nim, it was a great time when Marcus had hair. It was a different world.
I'm surprised Mom made it.
Just like I just go in there like, hey, welcome. I've been practicing for weeks and I try. Let's get rich.
I want to get Lindsay's speech. Lindsay's.
What'd you just say?
I've never been able to find a person who's made my life better.
Look at
in so
all that
many
hair.
ways, the way that Mark has. And the whole Gibbs family has meant so much to me and made a home for me here in Colorado. My family is so far away, so it means the world to me that you all have welcomed me in so warmly. I feel like I'm part of the family already. So it was so easy to say yes because I love him so much. I
This is when I proposed to her, Liquid.
Together already, we had so many already, and we have so many planned, and I'm so excited to see where he takes us.
She just made this up. She made this up off the spot after being proposed to.
I'm totally shocked, totally surprised. Y'all did a great job. Lovely singing voices. Thank you.
No, we all clapped off beat.
I'm so excited and so happy to be here with you all.
Isn't that a Budweiser commercial?
Yeah.
Oh. It's funny.
I was told never to.
Well, and that, my friends, is how Mrs. Marcus became Mrs. Marcus. So, it, you know, I can't help it, y'all. I'm a hopeless romantic. Always has been. Always have been. I love The Notebook. I love the movie. I love love. I just always have, man. I've always been into just like expressing love in the most cinematic and over-the-top way. Because I think that's the only way to express it. That's how it feels, at least for me, you know? And it feels that way, and it's like, well, I got to scream from the mountaintops. I love Lindsay. You know, it's that easy. I got down on one knee and did a fake ask. That's ballsy, Nimmers. And then asked my wife to marry me to get her real good and pissed. Oh, then you asked her later? What? Where did you ask her? Like a McDonald's, and then you brought her to an IHOP? Like, what do you mean, Nim? I love that, though, dude. Because it's like you get one chance to ask. You might as well make it unique, be it on a charged phone call. Like, it's great, man. By making her think you're asking her or marrying her or proposing to her, but in fact, you're just tying your shoes. That is amazing. Oh, I miss that hair. I just kept crying as it kept hitting me. What? Oh, yeah. Okay, how's that? A little more? Is that good? Ball and chain ceremonies are my favorite. Liquid, I love a good wedding, man. Get liquored, get dancing, laughing. We made our wedding so much fun, man. From beginning to end, we wanted to make sure that our wedding didn't stop. Like, we didn't want any lulls. We didn't want any boring parts. We just plowed ahead, and it was so fun. It was so unbelievably fun. That was awesome, beautiful, special moment. Thank you for showing us. Oh, Exner. I'm going to search the files for the rest of the wedding stuff, because I just need to find it, for one. That's the biggest truth of it all, is that I just closed my chat down. That's cool. There we go. Slippery butt liquor. Come on, I need to read the chat. Without the chat, I am nothing. Okay, I got it back. It keeps docking into my OBS, you know? Okay, I gotta scroll. Yeah, when I asked, it was more of a courtesy. Oh, to the parents. Yeah, Rex. Gotcha. Sorry, guys, chat closed. I'm making sure I don't miss anything. Lindsay saying, oh my God. Yeah, trust me, Rex, you should have seen Post Theater. She got to oh my. I was pretty proud. Oh my. Thank you, Rex. Well done, sir. Hell yes, Exner. Yours is way more romantic. Well, there's romantic twisted, and then there's shocking. You know? And you shocked the hell out of yours. She was totally unprepared. No, literally, Rex. Literally. It's like, oh, I'm so okay. And 7 years ago, I ghosted a man who will soon become my husband. I mean, it just, tell me she's not the best person in the world. You can't, because it's not true. Okay, so this is my train of thought on why I took the approach. I set the bar low because at that time we were dirt poor on food stamps, so I decided to play the long game. That's smart, you know, because then you can only go up from here. See, I started really high, making lots of money, really skinny with hair, and now, well. She's still with me. It's hard to run with only 1.5 feet. If you're old enough, you get that reference. First one to say in the chat gets 1,000 points. Story. Love it. I'm crying and you're crying. I love it. I got down on one knee, did a fake ass. Okay, I'm getting back. Marcus hair is, I love it. She captured you and put you in a cage called home so you could never run away again. Liquid. I'm definitely never letting my wife see this stream. Don't you dare keep me from your people. I will not be silenced, Twisted. Share the love. It's good to set the bar. Besides, you've been together twice as long as Lindsay and I. You're clearly doing something right. That was awesome. Thank you for that moment. Exner, you're amazing. No one tell Liquid about, about how I asked my wife. You asked your wife in exactly the way you needed to have a love that has lasted almost 20 years. So I would be happy to tell Liquid about how you rightfully so earned the love and respect of a woman that you can hopefully spend the rest of your life with. If she can love me even when she's pissed at me, then she's the one for me. Exactly. They got to be able to take you at your worst or you'll never be able to obtain your best. You know? Oh my gosh, I'm going. Okay, ours was the best wedding. I asked my wife. This is Rex. I asked my wife while on a trip to Nashville. Asked her on the pedestrian bridge that looks out at the city. Oh, that's adorable. We had gone to diner at a restaurant. I'm kidding. Gone to dinner at a restaurant that had a few bowling lanes. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I love bowling. And I had reserved one for us. Bowled a couple games with the ring in my pocket. Oh, dude, are you just like, man, she's kicking my ass. I can't ask her out after she beats me. Like, if you know what's good for you, you'll start throwing some gutters. Okay? All right? You don't know what's happening because that competitive side of us, it gets out. And then you can't be asking white. I don't like the white under. No more white undershirts ever again when I'm streaming. You know what I mean? Like, I can't imagine if Lindsay just beat me at pool. I probably wouldn't have asked her out or asked her to marry me. Like, well, this will be on a different day. Oh, I was so nervous it was going to fall out the whole night. So, okay, in my defense, I've been married twice. And both, I was pretty nervous. And ironically enough, both of the proposals, I was most concerned about the ring staying where it was supposed to be. How do I get the ring? Where do I put the ring? Once I ask, what do I do with the ring? Do I put it on the right finger? Like all of that stuff. The ring is, for some reason, the focal point of our chaos. And I tell you, it's so... There's so much else going on other than the ring. I don't know why we put so much focus and effort on it. Fletch! What is up, you beautiful soul of a human being? How are you? What is new? What is old? What is borrowed? And what is blue? Do you want to share your proposal story, Fletchy Fletch? Because we're all just sharing how we married the women that we love. I've been married for 10 years and together for 12 of them. You know, if you would have accidentally switched those letters or those numbers, I'd have a lot of follow-up questions, Liquid. There's got to be some single people, Exner. You telling me I attract old couples? Wonder what that is about. First, it was, you know, I was a bear beacon for all of the, you know, the fancy boys out there. Is gay offensive? I've been out of the loop for a while. Like, you know how you could call someone a Jew because that's what they are? It's not an insult unless you're like Jew, right? Like put some stink on it. Can you still be like, homie's gay? Or is that rude now? I'm asking for a friend. Because ultimately, it didn't used to be offensive. It was offensive to call a straight person just because, you know, that was just the joke. But like, now I feel like if I said, you know, the gay friend, my gay, but it's important to the story. I don't know, man. I ultimately just want to make sure I'm not offending somebody to the best of my ability without actually, you know, being unreasonable about it. And that's why I asked the question, because that's not a hard thing to switch, but it also seems kind of rude to pretend that somebody who is very, like, proud of that fact. Why would I not talk? I don't know, man. I don't know why you wouldn't talk normal about somebody just because they happen to not be straight. Why new rules? I treat everybody the same. I love everybody equally, and I just don't understand why certain people just don't want to be loved. Everything about them. You know, I understand if people like hyper focus and it's the only thing about you, but I don't know. I don't think that's what I do. Anyway, I digress. That's not what we're here to do. I ask questions when they come to my mind. Then we went to downtown Nashville and had lots of drinks to celebrate. Rex! I love it. I have got to catch up. What's your favorite drink, Rex? And did you have it that night? So what did she say, like, right after? Because that's the best part. After it's all said and done and the emotions start to calm down. And then, because Lindsay, she just kept saying, like, she kept looking at the ring. She kept staring at the ring and she didn't know what to do. And it was great. I had her in total and complete disbelief. Yeah, your husband, Fletch. And I knew you had a husband. The gay thing wasn't about you. It's not really about anybody specific. Anyway. My husband didn't propose so much, but 13 years doesn't lie. You've been together for 13 years. How many of those years have you been married? If at all. 1.5 feet. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. That was a Roots joke. So if anybody's old enough to have seen Roots, when Kunta Kinte escaped for like, he escaped a lot, but one of the times they caught him as a punishment, they clubbed his foot. So they did that so that he could still work but not run. It's fucked up, man, but hey, it's the story. I don't want to tell you. So 1.5 feet was a reference to that, right? Like basically saying that I got you so you can't escape, but you can still work. Okay, back. Sorry, phone call. Story, you're good, brother. You are good. Hell, the first 5 months, this is from Twisted. Hell, the first 5 months of our relationship, she would say, I love you. Damn, let's go. I told her I don't say words I don't mean. Respect. That being said, I had feelings, but I was guarding my heart. Yeah, due to past heartbreaks. So I would reply, I love me too. That's freaking good. That's good. Hi, Sonny. Welcome back, Sonny. My parents came over. Hi, Sonny parents. Marcus says hello. I will only get married once. Done and done. Hey, I thought that too, Twisted. I thought that. Never give up hope. Never give up hope. Yes, Exner. Yeah, how'd you propose, Fletch? Bye, Mom and Dad, Sonny. Hi and bye. I'm getting there. I'm so close. I can see it on the scroll wheel. I'm single as a Pringle because never again. Whatever. You all will find love. I know you will. Life's too short, baby. I'm telling you. You will find love. All of you will. If you want it, and you do. Everybody wants it. I'm not a good barometer for that question. I obviously don't follow such terms. Oh, I just don't describe someone based on their preferences. That straight guy. But I do if that's how they are. I don't know, man. I've always known such openly cool homosexuals that all of these new rules don't apply. Like, they were the ones that were like, Marcus, quit beating around the bush. You know I love those boys. Like, those are who I've always been friends with. And that's why I never got, like, this is offensive. Because it wasn't offensive to anybody who, by all intents and purposes, have the right to be offended by the topic. So if I'm taught to not be offended for them, it's weird, man. Because, like, I want to be a good person, but I also I'm not going to be dictated by the emotional softness of people who can't handle stuff. So it's like a weird place to be in, you know? She kept looking at the ring saying, oh my God. Yep. Yeah, Rex, exactly, man. Exactly. Sonny, you're old enough. You remember Roots. I had to watch Roots in school. I'm watching in the shower, kinky, because I got an adult. Got to go pick up our daughter from school and take her to the doctor's office. Woot, woot. Oh my gosh. Look at all of us adults, man. Just doing everything we can to just hang on to our youth for as long as we can. Oh gosh. I made it to the bottom. Made it to the bottom. Now we're here. I don't know the rest of the words. I only know it made it to the bottom. I've never ordered an old fashioned. I love old fashions, but not as much as I love Long Island's. Took me a second to get there. See, and that's what pisses me off. That old fashioned isn't that hard to make. It's actually a pretty cool drink to make as a bartender. It's classic, man. And it's kind of, if you know how to make an old fashioned well, you have a good bartender's sense. Because a bad old fashioned is very bad. But a good old fashioned is shame. I mean, you be sipping on that thing feeling real good about yourself, you know? But yeah, you know, old fashions, I do like old fashioned. I really do like a good Long Island, and I love just a delicious tasting whiskey, couple ice cubes. You know, like I really do. But I don't know what it is actually about the whiskey that I enjoyed the flavor of so more. There's so much. Because when we were over in Scotland, I really liked the Scotch over there. But I never really, they're not too difficult. Exactly, Rex. I never really liked peat. Like, so Scotch whiskey is a version of whiskey where you smoke peat over or underneath your, not barley, underneath your shit, your corn, whatever, underneath your mash, you smoke it, dry it out, and then that peaty flavor goes into your scotch. That's what makes the scotch. It's smoked. Why can't I think of the word? Your grains. You smoke your grains, and then you distill it, age it, scotch. Boom. I didn't like scotch until I was over in Scotland. And when I went to these distilleries and we had our scotch like tours, oh my God, the flavor that these liquors had over there, bar none, y'all. Bar fucking none. And that's what really, I always liked liquor for the main point of liquor, which is to get drunk. Because, hey, it's fun. Get naked in a wheat field, run backwards. You'll never do that twice, let me tell you. You know, but Lagavulin, I went to Lagavulin, Rex. I was at the Lagavulin distillery, and I tried very expensive scotch. I'm actually salivating at it. Do we still have that Lagavulin we brought over from there or no? I don't think so. Sea-Town. Sea-Town, big dog showing up in my chat. I gotta come up with something for that, Sea-Town. Long nose, C-Town. No, that's rude. But it is long. I mean, your nose is powerful, C-Town. There's nothing wrong with it. My friend Jiraiya boy, he's got a schnoz that could steer the Titanic. He's one of my best friends in the world. So. All right, Rex gets it. Hold on. So, what was my point? Liquor is quicker, I think. Hashtag. And Firebot's not on. That's okay. Let's get her. Whoo! Oh no! I don't have C-Town. What a raid! What a legend. Thank you so much, C-Town. I appreciate the raid. I appreciate you. I appreciate your nose. Everything about you is arguably fantastic. So, not only do you inspire us old guys to be young again, you remind us old guys why it's okay to be old. You do both. I can't explain how. Nanu, bud. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I can tell you that if you ever get a chance to go to Ireland or Scotland, you do. And you do, you drink as much as humanly possible because you're at sea level. And you can't get drunk over there. It's impossible to get drunk in Ireland and Scotland. And their liquor tastes so much better than anything you've ever had. And I tell you what, Rex, I would share a peaty ass bottle of scotch with you any day of the fucking week, man. Because I don't drink anymore, but on a social experience where people are enjoying something, I would absolutely and just get it. I would. I love it, man. It was so fun because it was nice when Lindsay and I were over there. She didn't drink it. So I was getting all of my samples and all of her samples too. And it was just, it was good, man. It was good. All right, let's shout out some of these sexy people. Okay, we got some top tier streamers in here, man. We got Storyteller, C-Town, Rex. Do you stream ever? It's so good. A friend of mine brought me a bottle of it 4 years ago, and I'm still, and just nurse it, baby. Nurse it. Okay, I had such good, when I went to the Lagavulin distillery, Lindsay and I did, we hitchhiked with these really nice old ladies. So, for those of you who don't know, in Scotland, off of the coast of Scotland, there's this little island called Lindsay will put it in the chat. But on that island, there's a bunch of distilleries, and you can drive. Well, you have to take a ferry to get there, okay? And then you either bring your car on that ferry or you walk, right? So Lindsay and I were walking. We parked. We don't want to pay for the ferry ride. And we start walking because it's, I think it's like 5 miles round trip. Not a big deal, except I was fat and out of shape and didn't realize how much whiskey I was about to be drinking. And so we start walking, go to the first distillery. And let me tell you guys, let me paint you a picture here. Okay, I am sitting in the middle of, I think it's a sea, but let's just call it the Atlantic for lack of better interpretation. I'm sitting on an island that is green as the green could possibly be, with an absolutely stunning ocean surrounding me, and these beautiful white, all the buildings were white and just scrumptiously beautiful and old as fuck. Like nothing new on this island has, it's just, it was absolutely so beautiful. Islay, exactly. I thought Islay was when we were in Ireland, and that's where we rode the bikes. But I could be wrong. No, those are the Aran Islands, and then Islay. So we went to this island, and on this, so there's one road, kind of does the loop, and then next to the road is this concrete, it's a sidewalk, okay? It's beautiful. Everything's so fucking pretty. So we're walking, and we get to the first distillery, and it's just like this old wood everywhere you go, and you get to do all these tours that show you like how they smoke the grain, where it's distilled, and we're getting all this historical information. And every place you go, you get free scotch. And it's not like a little bit of scotch. You sit in these like old leather chairs, and they're designed to like hang out. And that's exactly what we were doing. We were just hanging out and freaking getting liquored. Right? So just talking to the locals, doing what we do. So we go to the first distillery. We see the tour. It's beautiful. We meet some nice people. All right, let's go. So we leave, and then we start back on the dusty trail, right? And just kind of talking. Liquor's starting to affect me a little, but, ultimately, we're doing really good. Richie, I tried as hard as I could. You can't drink enough in Ireland. It's impossible. My eyeballs were floating, and I still couldn't get liquored. It's wild. But anyway, so we leave. We leave the first distillery. We walk in. Everything's good. Get to the second one. Kind of rinse, repeat. Drink some more. Look at some more. Well, at this point, the liquor is reminding me how tired and out of shape I am, and that walking is bullshit. So now I'm definitely getting over it. I'm like, okay, I just want to get to the next place because this is so far and my legs hurt and I'm just dead. Because I didn't know you, C-Town. The better question is, where the hell were you? Okay? So anyway, so we're walking and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So I literally just stick my thumb out. I just stick my thumb out. And I'm like, we're hitchhiking. Who's going to kill us? I can take him. We're good. Don't worry. So I stick my thumb out and we're walking, and sure as shit, not too much longer after I do that, this car full of 2 old Scottish women pull over. And we're like, yes! So we're like, woo! And we're like running up to the car. We're like, thank you so much. Where are you going? We're trying to get to the next distillery. And they're like, go ahead, get in. And it was so great. So Lindsay and I get into this car with these 2 old. They didn't. They tried, and I just was like, come on. And like, fine, we're sorry. So they're really nice over there, really polite people. But they drive us. They're like, yeah, we're going there too. So they take us to the next distillery. We share some insights about where we are, where we're from, et cetera, et cetera. And we get to the last distillery, and again, man, they just pour me like 5 shots of scotch. Just like, oh, you want to try all of our different scotches? Boop, 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 boop. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Right? So that's really good scotch. Oh, look, there's some more scotch. And it's just, and they give you these little guys, and they're like these little, specifically for drinking, little glasses. And man, I'll tell you, the liquor may have been quicker, but that was a long day. Because after we left, so that was the last stop, I think was Lagavulin, actually. Like, we tried to stand where Ron Swanson stood. We saw the Lagavulin dock where it's like, says Lagavulin. It's so freaking cool. So we do the trip, and then there's no world where Marcus is walking back. Are you crazy? At this point, I'm like 15 shots of scotch in. When I tell you, Richie, when I tell you you can drink like a fucking fish over there, you can. 5 shots per distillery. I was 3 distilleries in. Don't get me wrong, I had a decent buzz, but I should have been face down, ass up, walking like this while I'm dragging my face against the ground. And I wasn't. It turns out there was a bus. Thank God there was a bus. And so we waited for the bus, and then we got back on the bus. I think so. And then bus brought us to the boat. Boat brought us back to Oban. And then we stayed on this coastal city for that night. And then the rest of the trips is more stories later down the line. And that is the story of how Lindsay and I went to the islands, met some nice old Scottish women, and hitchhiked our way into delicious tasting scotch. And it was so freaking good. It was so much fun. And I recommend anybody and everybody to do it. I really do. Woo! That's the one thing I don't understand here in PA. Hitchhiking is illegal. And yeah, it's unfortunate that has became the norm, and hitchhikers are like murderers and rapists. Now. Because, I've hitchhiked more than once in my life. I've never been, sometimes you don't have a way to get somewhere except for somebody else. And that's what you can do. It's like, I have 20 miles to go. Thumb out, right? I would be more scared as a hitchhiker now than picking one up. See, and not me, Rich. I'm the complete opposite. I would be still I would feel safer as a hitchhiker than picking up a hitchhiker. And I still would pick up a hitchhiker depending on the situation. If I was in my truck, jump in the back, right? If I'm in my car alone, probably depending on what they look like. If I'm with Lindsay, negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full, right? Because I can defend myself pretty good. I can defend Lindsay and I pretty good, but not as good as I can defend myself. You know what I mean? So in a world where I'm okay with hitchhiking, you still got to be smart about it. Because a lot of times, depending on where you live, you'll have hitchhikers who are doing like a hike, like a through hike. Exner, I love your face. I'm going back to bed to get some rest. It was awesome seeing you all, Exner. I hope you feel good. I hope you sleep well. I hope you wake up better tomorrow than you woke up today. And if none of that happens, I wish you love and excellence on all of your endeavors, adventures, and dates. Much love, Exner. Get some sleep, though. Seriously, it's important, right, Story? It's important to sleep, right, Story? Storyteller Merc. Sleep's important. So, Storyteller Merc perfectly just said it, right? We have the Appalachian Trail. Okay, so there's a thing called the three. You get the Triple Crown if you do all three. So there's the Appalachian Trail, there's the Intercontinental Trail, and there's the Pacific Crest Trail. PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail. Those are the three longest hikes in the United States, and they take weeks, if not a month, to accomplish, depending on the hiker. Okay, and it's called a through hike. And a through hike is when you go on a hike, but you don't come home. You keep going through the days until you finish the hike. And a big part of those through hikes is getting to the next section of the trail, like through developed parts of the certain cities. It's like for the Appalachian Trail, you got to get off the trail and then typically either have a ride set up, walk there, which is, oh man, or you hitchhike to kind of the next part of the trail. So again, if that was the case and I knew where I was like, oh, this is probably a hiker, right? Totally different than like hitchhiking in a city. Why are you hitchhiking in a city? That's weird. Why don't you get a taxi? Right? It's so, and I get it though, man. It's a different world. You got that poor pizza guy. Anybody seen that pizza guy? That freaking got robbed. That was so sad, man. Just pathetic and awful. And that's a damn trail, man. So from my house, there's frequent hitchhikers to Walmart. Yeah, exactly. They stink a bit, but big deal. I mean, as someone who plans on doing the trail and getting my Triple Crown before I die, like, I'll probably stink and I'll probably hitchhike. Sorry, I can walk to your place. It will take a while. You guys could just meet in the middle of the trail in the Appalachian Trail. Yeah, I got some sleep in about 4 to 5. Shh, come on, Exner. I understand, though. Exner, if you ever need to vent, offline, off stream, we're here for you, girl. We really are. Sometimes it helps if you just get it out. You know what I mean? Richard Cranium. Yeah, like if you know where to get off at, you would be legit 5 meters or minutes down the road. That is so cool, Story. My mom lives in PA, so I could visit that way easier. That's so cool. So when I was stationed in Vegas, for the military, I was in Vegas for like 8 months or something. I don't know how long it was. Felt like a long time. Right? So I was stationed in Vegas for a while. And that's when I really got into the idea of doing the Triple Threat Challenge and doing these hikes. And every night I would go on a 5-mile walk. Well, I worked up to it, but basically I would just, on base, I would just walk all over base just for hours, man, just hours and hours, trying to train my body and train my legs and stuff to be able to do it. Because that's, ultimately, it's the endurance is what you got to do when it comes to these trails. Is you really like your body needs to be able to survive the trek. You know, if you're going 1,000 miles on foot in the mountains, you need knees that can take it. You need calves that can, you know, handle the fatigue, a booty that can sit down. I mean, because ultimately you're going like 20, 25 miles, 15 to 25 miles a day. But you start in the morning and then you're done by like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Set up your tent and get going and making everything, you know, Gucci. But if you're so physically exhausted, you're only doing like 10 miles a day. I mean, you've doubled the amount of time you're going to be on that trail. And that's a big difference, man. 20 miles a day to 10 miles a day. Like, that's a lot. But yeah, I met 3 people who live in PA, might do a meetup. We could do the PA pop-up, man. You can visit your mom and we'll come for cookies and milk. I'll bring the chicken milk. Can you imagine if chickens could be milked? Holy shit. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Whatever happens in Niagara stays in Niagara. Oh, man. Storyteller Merc, mom is in the suburbs of Philly, so I think you were on the other side if I'm not mistaken. Holy shit. What is with all this PA people? Did I know this? How come all this feels like new information? What is the best part about PA? And we're talking about Pennsylvania, right? That's PA? Oh. Are we even gaming today? Story. Quick touch. Tomorrow we good for video gaming? Because tomorrow I want to get in some video games. Most likely Call of Duty. Well, of course, life happens every day, though, Story, but I do appreciate that, brother, because I still plan on that. So tomorrow we're going to be doing Gaming with Story. And what is tomorrow? Friday. Yes. So tomorrow is Gaming with Story. And then I said that to say something, and now I don't remember what the fuck it was. It was literally just a guide in to the next part. There you go. And then Battlefield. I want to try Battlefield. I could do Battlefield right now. Anybody want to see Battlefield right now? Does anybody want to see gaming at all? I'm basically deciding between wrapping up in 10 minutes or starting a game and going until 2 o'clock. You guys figure that out. I got to go to the bathroom. Let me know what you want. And then I'll be right back. Okay? Where are the chickens at? And they're at chickensonly.com. Chickens.
try to make it right, you have to see it clear. We all need a helping hand to put our things aside. It's time to take a stand with our eyes open wide. Let it bring out the very best of you. Oh, it's time for Christmas. Oh, it's time for us. Oh, it's time for Christmas. Don't you know? Oh, it's time for Christmas. Oh, it's time for us. Oh, it's time for Christmas. Don't you know? We forgive our enemies.
Yeah, yeah.
Soon we will forget.
Okay. Burr. Burr, 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 burr. Okay, woo. Yeah, there's no polls when you're not an affiliate story. I want to see some cheeks. C-Town, you always want to see some cheeks. Got to get back to work, Richie. You're the man. You're the mystery. You're the legend. Chicken Man. Battlefield. Feel that it's been sleeting and winter mix all week. We've actually had some good weather. It snowed last week, but we kind of moved on from that. You want to see something? You guys want to see something? I could find it. You can still, yes, so you can still raid, luckily. But you can't, yeah, exactly. But you can't frickin', because, like, I get it. They want to give people a reason. But honestly, get out of here with your exclusivity. That's literally the only reason. If they didn't have an exclusivity, I would be an affiliate. I would still be contributing. But I don't know. There's no benefit to restricting your content to one website. And that's why I just don't think they really don't have a leg to stand on. Like, when it comes to, I don't know. It seems like it's a really good way to die as a company, especially when your bigger competitors are not doing that. It's almost like you're hanging on for dear life. Here we go. This was the video. This is the high def video. So this is the proposal video that Lindsay watched in the theater.
Don't you worry there, my honey. We might not have any money, but we've got our love to pay the bill.
So this, yeah.
Maybe I think you're cute and funny. Maybe I wanna do what bunnies do with you, if you know what I mean. Oh, let's get rich and buy our parents' home.
What's up, Jesse?
Let's get rich and give
okay.
everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance.
You're worth the DMCA, baby doll.
On a mountain making everybody look like ants.
This is, so I rented out a movie theater.
What do you think we're doing?
And I made this video to propose to Lindsay.
She gonna find out though.
bit bruised.
But baby, how we spoon like no one else. So I will help you read those books if you will soothe my worried looks, and we will put the lonesome on the shelf.
Yeah, it's way better when you can actually see the fucking video.
Let's get rich and buy our parents' homes in the south of France. Let's get rich and give everybody nice sweaters and teach them how to dance. Let's get
Little
rich
sister.
and build a house on a
Marcus with the hair.
making everybody look like ants. From way up there, you and I, you and I.
So yeah, so that's when the family and stuff showed up and the fuck.
Let's get rich and give everybody nice
Everyone showed up.
teach them how to dance.
Suck.
Let's get rich and build a house.
Hello, Mr. Belvedere. You seem to be stuck. Hello. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so that was a proposal video that I made when I proposed to Lindsay. And it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. That's freaking crazy story. It's just silly, man. The monopolization, it just ain't gonna work. It's a weird sight, Marcus with hair. You ain't wrong, brother. You are not wrong. But it's fun. It was such a good freaking time. Like, she deserves all of it and more, y'all, truly. Like, she truly does. I want to give her the best life that any single person could ever have. And starts with a good proposal, right? So one day, what I eventually want to do is put together my whole wedding, right? And do like a whole wedding video. Because we got freaking ditties like this that are just pure fire. Well, let me find a good one. Like, there's my mom's speech. I'm looking. Is it this one?
That's so important. I hope you I think you got it.
Nope, not that one. Why is that going off the screen like that? There we go.
Uh-oh, did I mess up?
So I'm looking for something.
So I lied when I said I was going to memorize.
All right, so watch this one. This is sorry, I'm kind of now we're just kind of in the sauce of it. So, this is my vows. So these are my wedding vows. These are my wedding vows. When I was reading to Lindsay.
So I lied when I said I was going to memorize. There's no way I could remember it. No, Ruth got it. You got it. Where'd you put it?
We'll be right back.
And just so everybody
I left her at the altar.
he's woo-hooing. That was a deal we all made when someone was ready to start crying. So that's why we're all kind of woo-hooing a lot of it.
So when I said I wanted the wedding to be fun from the beginning to the end, I was not kidding.
That's why I ride on this pretty little girl one day. She's white too, so gay in the world was a very awesome day. And I ask you, friend,
If nobody knows what to do, especially when this happens.
her hair was brown and her eyes were blue. And I knew right then I was in for a whirl. Cause I ran out of music with my Galway girl.
was also pretty liquored at this point, too. So this motherfucker, man, hold on. Let me tell you about this slick-haired son of a bitch for a second. Okay, this son of a bitch. I want to say a lot worse insults, but he's a son of a bitch. You know why he's a son of a bitch? It's because he's an idiot and an asshole. Okay, he had one fucking job. Not let what just happened happen. And he let it happen. There's supposed to be music playing, man. But this is what makes Markus the fucking best in the world. Watch how I recover from Captain Cocksucker over here fucking up my plan.
I'm not actually playing.
So this was good.
Be afraid.
Yeah. Tim.
Right?
I was about to throw hands, man.
You're great. Keep it up.
Oh god.
Corey, oh
I
God.
learned these.
Damn. Oh, I was pissed.
I could go acapella. Yeah. My bass.
Just trying to keep the crowd going. Well, Captain Cocksucker fucks up it all. Oh my God, I worked so hard to put all this together, you guys. This was a surprise. Lindsay didn't know this was happening.
Who's got a cell phone? Who got YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you need? Alright, fuck it. Here we go. Bound down, bound, bring it bound down. Bound down,
There's Scarlett losing her fucking mind.
Acapella. I know you showed me joy that I never knew every single day and I promise that I'll cherish you every single day and I ask you friends, what's a giver to do? Cause her hair was brown and her eyes were blue.
Oh,
so I'll take your hand.
It's all right. It's called overcoming in the doubt, boys.
Cause I found my love in the soul clear girl. You got my...
Sorry, guys. I'm being left a little speechless by my own hairdo.
Lindsay,
oh, Sonny.
you are my world.
I could have killed him.
You are my happiness.
Here's the
You are
thing.
my life.
I even told the motherfucker. I was like, listen, don't stream this. Download the song so you don't fuck it up. And what did he do? He streamed it. And you know what happened? He lost internet. It's almost like Markus has planned for that to fucking happen, and he didn't. All right, back to the love.
Darkness. I promise to always be the man that deserves you. From the moment I fell in love with you, I knew that my life was only getting better. You are the best person I have ever met, and your love and compassion knows no bound. Thank you for being you.
It's my mama.
I love you. There would still be music playing.
That guy.
Place in the right place, right? This actually my dancer. Alright. You know you should. Oh, shit.
So I got an F-bomb into shit bomb.
Wake up and feel all alone. Had a broken heart and an empty home. And I'm telling you now, this is what I will do. I promise that I will always love you. Cause I've traveled around, been all over this world. Boys, I ain't never seen nothing like this Lindsay girl.
Oh, look at Maggie. And there it is, my friends. That is one of many adventures that Lindsay and I have experienced together. And in a world where nothing goes right, you just make your own life, man. You make your own success. You make your own...
Even though that stopped, that was totally awesome.
You make your own happiness, man. Still smiling at the end of the fucking day, and that's what matters. Because you can get mad about what didn't happen, or you can be happy about what did. And friends, when I tell you that the reason why being not okay sucks so much is because being okay is one of the best things you can ever do. Oh, man. And that's what life's for. Life's for living. And if you're not living, do something about it. And that, my friends, is exactly where I'm going to leave you. So from the bottom of my heart to the very top of yours, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. I wish you nothing but love and success. And I will see you all tomorrow. Much love, my friends. Much love.